Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Thanks for being here today. Love you guys. Today I'm going to work on these scraps and I'm going to alter them because I haven't used them, and it's partly because I'm tired of looking at them the way they are. So I'm going to change them. And how I'm going to do that is from a list that I had made a long time ago, that a comment reminded me of that I still had. Yeah, somebody commented and said, how do you do your mark making? And it's like, you know what, I had a video and I made a list, but that was back in April of 2022. So I went back and I pulled that up and I printed out this list of things that I had thought of, and it's not exhaustive by any means. There's so many ways you can do mark making on a page, but this is just some of the things that I came up with. So I printed that out and I said, let's use it as a reference point, as a jumping off point, as an idea sparker. So let's just, sparkler? Yeah, fun to say. So I'm going to take these scraps and do some fun things with them, just to change how they look, so that, you know, you use up your scraps in different books and your books all start looking the same. So if you change up your scraps, you know, after a little while, then then you've got something else to work with, and that's just more fun. It just gives you more variety, and let's have lots to choose from, shall we? All right, so what I brought out for tools is a water brush pen, a bin of pens that I have had. I limited myself. It doesn't look like much of a limit, but yes, I chose one box of all these pens. These are mostly Sharpies and just various flares in there, just some strange other pens. And then my black and white little pouch. It's a colored pouch, but the pens in it are blacks and whites for the most part. There's some drawing tools in there and some other things. So yeah, I'm going to use these pens, and this is a good chance to check out if they're dried out or not too. And I'm pushing myself because I'd rather use black marker, but I'm going to use my colors today. So you grab a piece of paper and let me grit something to put underneath of it, just so it's just some other background than the green. And then if I go over the page, then it will be not on. Oh, and I brought that out to smush if I wanted to smush. So I take my list and I'm gonna grab a pen and do some waves. And that's what I started with. And waves are just, you know, continual letter cursive C's. So you just go and do that. And I'm gonna choose more than one color for this. I'm partial to purple anyway. So green with purple is kind of a fun combination. And then this little piece of paper is different, and I'm not looking at it the same way as I did before, and it can have a new purpose. So that makes me happy. So put that off to the side. And now this one has lots of layers of paint on it. So I am going to grab a fat Sharpie because I know that will definitely have coverage. And what am I going to do? Small polka dots. Small is relative. This might be a big polka dot to you. So that's, again, totally up to interpretation as far as what you want to do to define your style. And I'm going to add another element to this too. And I've got this gold chalk writer that's been in my supplies for a while. As you can see, basically it's a super waxy gold, and it's a Dollar Tree find that I've had for a long time. And I kind of like how that looks, a little bit grungy. It's kind of nice. And go off the edges too, so it looks like you continued it off from some other page. So that's one thing there, or two things on that little scrap that have changed it. And let's maybe see if I can add another element with this white pen, if I can find one that works. Again, this is a good way to test your pens. And again, there's lots of layers on this too, and any of that paint and wax doesn't always go good with some of the pens. So that's something to be aware of when you're writing on surfaces you've altered with paint or markers or crayons or any kind of wax thing. So I flipped it over and said, what now? Okay, so many options, so many options. I'm gonna do crisscross. Grab a couple pen colors that I like. Those are pretty. And just start making diagonal lines. Going one way with one color, and then choosing another color and going the opposite direction. And it's fun to use different widths of pen as well. So I grab a yellow Sharpie that's thicker for another color and another thickness of a pen line. Kind of gives it almost like a quilted, not a quilt look, but a I can't think of the name of it. Herringbone? Oh yeah, I chose the blue because the green was too close to the teal as far as color is concerned. And so now I've got this cool little crisscross patchwork type thing. Plaid type of thing. Yeah, anyway. So that has two sides in it. However I want to use it, I've got two options now. And let's alter this in a way. Let's use script. Script is fun because you can do lots of different things with script. You can slant it a certain way. You can just go with one word, which I did here, which makes it so easy. Just a free-flowing right slant cursive on this and one word, and that can be any kind of word that you want to use, which is great. Encouraging word. Or if you want to write down feelings you don't want to have anymore, you can write that down as well for script, and then cover it up with something else. That's almost a therapy kind of thing. Also here, take another pen and print all caps. And I'm printing quite quickly here. You can make it as neat or as messy as you want for these kind of things. You just get to be creative. And then another cursive with the black, just a straight cursive. Who doesn't like writing the word joy? It's just fun to write. Lots of flair and dots. Yeah, it's just a fun word to write. So on this little piece of paper here, now I've got three little things that I can use as a background or a focal point or an accent. Yeah, easy. And I just flipped it over, and I'm going to do what now? Let's see. Oh yeah, binary code. Oh yeah, I'm going to pick up this big fat marker. Now notice that it's a Sharpie. They do bleed through, and I'm going to let you listen. This is not binary code. This is like dot dash, but I'm going to let you listen to the lovely Sharpie marks. Yes, the marks of a Sharpie. Love it. The sounds of the Sharpie. This little piece, lots of different layers on it as well. It was a bright orange piece. I tried to alter to make something different out of it. So there's paint on there, stencils with paint, and I think crayons, the distress crayons is on there too. And so there's lots of layers of stuff on it. So I didn't quite know what to do with this. It's just such a weird color combination, and it's thick paper though. That I do like. It's a little bit grungy, and I changed my mind on here. So I'm going to do scribbled with my non-dominant hand, and I'm kind of getting in the way of the camera. Again, Sharpies don't like lots of layers. At least this one didn't. So that was kind of a ill-fated attempt at trying something out, and so I grab a paint pen, which will get better coverage, and it doesn't mind paint underneath on the surface. So do a little scribble on that, and this is a big thing you see in mixed media these days. Lots of scribble lines behind things, you know, around focal points. Just lots of scribble lines. So, and I needed to give my brain a break after that. So let's just do a straight line, just some straight lines. And it's fun, you could stop right there and change direction if you wanted to. But I'm just going to keep going straight on this and make it so I could even use it as a journaling spot if I wanted to. But just an easy little thing. And then I kept my black pen out and I started going. The black pen lines and elements for me are the easiest. Circles and lines with black in some form or fashion. Those are the easiest for me to do. That's what I land on the most. Also, something else that's simple you can do is just make a line around the border of your shape. Just follow that all the way around, just a single continuous line all the way around. It's super easy, and you got a cool effect, and you could stick a picture smack in the middle of that and it'd be kind of cool. That's fun. And then what about a blank page? The comment was like, I look at a blank page, and I don't know what to do with it. All I see are these, you know, a lot of times it's a notebook page and it's just staring at you. What I found is you make the surface smaller, the surface area you're going to create in smaller, so you're not overwhelmed, and then you choose something very minimalistic to fill a box with. And for me right now, this is just the X's. Just, you can fill the box with X's, or you can do this little scalloped thing or fish scales type thing. Fill up a whole box with that, just that, and then you can cut that out and use it as something, a background or accent, tear it, and it just can be a fun little thing. Some rocks type looking forms, some ovals, some misshapen shapes, right? And then fill in the empty spaces with your pen and darken those up. That makes a real good contrasting thing. And I like to draw little flowers. That's just something easy. You can fill it up with hearts or the triple dots, whatever you can come up with. That's the beauty of this. There's no right or wrong with this. It's so forgiving. So doing what you need. That's all I'm going to do for this though today. I've got still tons of scraps and I could go on and on, but I'm going to let this be what I've come up for today. And I think with these I'm going to put napkins on them just to meet those tones, those colors. And I had fun doing this, you guys. I will link the video with this list down below for you to try. I'm glad you came over today. Love you guys. Take care, and as always, God bless. Bye-bye.